All right, so I am in the process of getting things situated for the van. I will be back in the van in about 2 weeks, which I'm actually really excited about, just to kind of get into my own space again. It was nice having this, but I will say when you mix energies, I mean, what do you expect? You go from like chilling by yourself and now having to have certain types of things that you can and cannot do because you're living under somebody else's space. You know what I'm saying? So it was a nice break, but I really am ready to get back in the van. So when I first started van life, which was 8 months ago, 9 months ago, I was all excited and I was like, oh my God, I wanted to buy all this cute shit and, put it inside, in the front, the driver's side, and the passenger side. My car seats are vibrant and bright and, have the little things dangling from the thing. And, my license plate cover is like a boho license plate and cover. My window, I have these window, not curtains, blinds that are white so that it matches my decor inside. However, every stage of your life, you will begin to learn lessons along the way, no matter what it is. I have been blessed and guided by my inner GPS system to be able to live van life here in Florida. And when I first got here, I met some beautiful van lifers. I figured out where they were all living and I just ended up chilling with them. I had to get a hold of the dynamic of van life and where I needed to go, where I could stay, where I could not stay. And now I have it pretty down packed here in St. Pete. However, I need to switch up my van. So I feel now, because I'm in a space where, when I'm traveling, I don't want to always have to go back to the St. Pete spot. But my van looks like a camper van because I have all of this cute shit surrounding it inside and out. Inside is fine. It's just the entrance part. Like if somebody was to look in my van, they could literally tell that it was a female van lifer. So what I decided to do is my car covers, or my car seat covers, were like a pattern in reds and oranges, so it was bright. So I found these, which I'm going to show you in a minute, on Amazon, which they still represent me, but they're black. So it'll kind of keep the tone down in the front. I also bought a black license plate to kind of go back to the regular schmegular way, and black curtains, because before you enter into, on the drivers in the back, you've guys seen it, I have a macrame. And that's been my cover. So if you're looking from the front of the van, you can see that I have a macrame, which again rings feminine energy. So I got me some black curtains because I'm going to put the black curtains in the back of where I'm driving, still keep my macrame up. But if you're looking in, all you're going to see is just black, black, black everywhere. So I found these cute ass seat covers and they're totally my vibe. I love snakes because of their representation, and these have the moon, stars. I mean, it's you'll see, it's a reflection of myself. So let me show you. So these are my car seat covers, and I love them. They're not so bright, but I still can rock my energy. And this is just a simple license plate I got on Amazon for like $9. There's 2 of them in case I ever need another one. So I'm going to put that on. And then these are the black curtains that I bought. They're very soft, actually. And so I'm going to put these on as well. And I will probably end up doing this weekend. I also have stickers on my windows that say Gypsy, Spirit, Wild Soul. I'm going to take those off. And then I have some insulation, the gray that's covering the back. So you can see like, okay, somebody's living here. There's insulation on the windows. So I'm going to take those off and then probably put, some type of dark curtain. I'm actually going to have some left of this because they're long. So the inside, I'm going to have to cut these halfway, as a matter of fact, when I install them in the front. So I'm probably going to use these for the back windows. So that way that kind of has like its own blackout thing. And then I ended up getting some blackout curtains not really curtains, I'm sorry, some blackout shades that kind of lift, go up and down. And those are also black. So instead of me just having the black inside covering, I have a lot of windows, covering my windows, I still want the white shades that I have because it matches my decor and it's cute. But I'm going to, which these should come tomorrow, I'm actually going to put the black ones in front of the white ones. So my white shades will show in the van, but then the black ones are going to cover the windows because I do have tinted windows, but not enough. Because if you're in the sun, you can literally see my white shades, and if you could look in, you can see what I have going on in there. So now I'm going to put the black ones in. It'll kind of look like I have tinted windows. So I did an estimate for tinting all of my windows on the van, and it was going to be about $5 and some change. I'm not doing that because my goal right now is to get my ProMaster, my Ram ProMaster, and so I don't want to put a lot of money into this van. I just want to use her until 1, I can't use her anymore. 2, I find somebody to buy it. 3, I end up getting my ProMaster, and then I'm going to do a no build in the ProMaster until I come up with the money that I need, which is going to be over maybe about $10,000 to really do the build that I want, and maybe even more than that depending on what I want in there. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to do a little bit of reorganizing. I have somebody coming on Tuesday to do my bushings on the front and the rear. So that'll be good. I'm just kind of doing like these little, things that I need to get done. And so I'm kind of glad, that I had a timeline, because then now this is pushing me to get the work done that I needed to get done for the van. And I'm noticing because of my rust, I do, when it rains, there's just like a tiny little hole at the roof part where the door closes. It's not that big, but I ended up buying, it hasn't come yet, it's probably gonna come tomorrow, this stuff that is for that, and I guess you squeeze it into the holes and it's supposed to clog them or close them. So I have to do that as well because, just the rain is starting to begin here in Florida, and what ends up happening is that when it rains, I can see a little bit of the water seeping in and getting some of the cloth inside of the van wet. So that's another project I will be doing this weekend as well. I ordered that stuff, and and then I'm gonna have to start rearranging my van, and I might do a couple things. I want to paint it white again because as you move around, in your van, like shit gets dirty, and so I kind of want to reorganize things again, get certain boxes, and get rid of more of my clothes. I've bought some clothes in these last months, so I want to get rid of the ones that I don't need and keep the ones that I do need. And it's time to get back on track. I have some propane cans that I don't need, or I might just go ahead and get them refilled, so that way I just always have my propane, because I will begin to use that as well. And once it gets cooler in wintertime here, because I will still be in Florida, which is like it gets in the 40s, 30s sometimes in Florida. The winter that I was here, it did, and I had to use my Mr. Buddy heater, and it's propane. So I just need to do some of that. So I have a lot going on with my projects. Good thing I am off this whole weekend and a week, so I can focus on my van and just, get her taken care of, and focus on the next step. So now I'll be back in the van and focusing on getting this money and, getting my down payment for my ProMaster. And then once I get my ProMaster, until I have everything situated in there, I'm going to keep this van and then do my no build. Nothing is going to be attached. It's going to be bungee cords, magnets. It's going to be all that type of shit that I need. And once I get that done, then I'm going to get rid of this van and just stay in the no build in my ProMaster and rock that bitch until I can't rock it anymore, until, I'm able to get the funds that I need to really get the build conversion van that I am worthy of. So that's the goal. That is what I'm doing this week and this weekend on the van. I know I need to do more van videos. I have my TikTok, and I want to get on YouTube more, because I think my journey has just really been something else. So anyways, peace.